everyone, or morning, or afternoon, or night. I don't know the time zones. Welcome back to a new podcast. My name is Ian Say, but most people know me as Tacho. And today we have the pleasure to talk with Leonardo Santos, better known as Meps. As the meta is constantly evolving, there are characters that are constantly having amazing performances and strong potential even when facing the perspective of being not meta. One of these anti-meta characters is definitely Mega Man, as throughout the past few years we have seen the character flourish and constant and contrast against top-heavy characters, yet seen him in situations where the moves just won't connect and be defeated. Nevertheless, Mega Man is hype and it has their representatives around the world making waves. And potentially its best representative in South America and maybe Latin America is Meps from Brazil. And without any further introduction, let's shall begin. Meps, how are you?
Hello, Tacho. Hello, guys. I'm fine. Yeah,
Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad to hear
it's,
that.
it's nice to be here.
Awesome. So we'd like to start with the interview.
Yeah, let's start. Yeah.
Awesome. So I want to start the interview and know a little bit more about your past with the franchise itself. How long have you been playing Smash casually, and how did you eventually found out and entered into the competitive scene?
Okay. It started back then in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
I was like 8 years old, and I started playing Super Smash Flash 2 on the computer because I saw Pikachu and Naruto in a game, and I was like, "Whoa, this should be amazing." So I started playing it, and I didn't know how to do anything. Like I didn't know the basic inputs or commands. I was like always really bad at video games at all. But I found it a really fun game and just kept playing it
Mm-hmm.
like for like 2 years, just playing it and discovering the basic things like side B, down B, roll, grab by experience. I just played and found it really fun. And it was like in 2017 that I started to play the games that were in this game, like the franchise of this game, like Zelda, Mario, Kirby. I discovered by Smash Flash 2, and I also discovered that it wasn't the original game, and
Mm-hmm.
there was a Super Smash Bros. Franchise. And then I got fascinated by Smash 4 and and I really wanted a 3DS because I really wanted to play Smash 4 and Pokemon,
Mm.
all the Pokemon games that were there. So yeah, I didn't have a 3DS, so I played Smash Flash 2, and also I downloaded a Nintendo 64 emulator on my cell phone, so I could play the first Smash Bros. Game, and I really loved it. Played for hours. And in my birthday in November, my dad got me a 3DS, and it was one of the happiest days in my life. It was really nice. And it was an unblocked 3DS, so it has plenty of games. But I mostly played Smash Bros. And yeah, it was my first experience with Smash 4,
Mm-hmm.
and I loved the game. But I just played casually. I always played casually with items and every stage. But I entered. I don't know if you know the social media Amino. Amino
Yeah, I mean
is
apps.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, it's pretty dead nowadays, but back in the time was pretty active. And it had an active community for Smash Bros. Also in Brazil. So I entered there and I started playing with some friends with that played Smash 4 for 3DS too,
Mm-hmm.
and we made a group chat just to play, and we would play like every day for a long time. We were just playing. Eventually, it became another Smash community
Mm-hmm.
that would grow up like a lot. It had I think 5,000 members, not active members, but was there were a lot of people there, including Gotchem. She started playing from there too. Gotchem and some other players that are still in the community nowadays.
Yeah.
But but yeah, and then would just play like casually too. Mostly were free for all and sometimes with items, but we didn't had like real tournaments and stuff. It was in 2018. We had like three tournaments at best, and it was there that became my motivation to get better at Smash because I was like one of the worst players in the group. So in the tournaments, I always went bad. To watch the competitive scene for the first time in 2018,
Mhm.
but it was mostly for Melee, Smash Melee, because I was in love with this game and I saw the Smash the documentary, and was really inspiring for me.
Yeah.
And I also watched a lot of YouTube videos of Smash in tournaments like GR Smash, Yeet Smash, Dragon Smash, but especially GR Smash. It was amazing for me, and I would watch every day the videos and got fascinated by the competitive scene, like the five gods of Melee and stuff.
Yeah.
So that that was really inspiring for me. But was I was like wondering about the Brazilian community of Smash because I only had YouTube and Amino from social medias, so I didn't have any connection with the Brazilian Smash, and I didn't even know how to find it. So I started to look out in YouTube, but I didn't know the keywords to find the community.
Mhm.
So I hadn't found many things about the Brazilian tournaments. Just some thoughts, but I didn't connect it with anyone there.
Yeah.
So I just forgot about it and just kept playing with my friends and stuff. But and at the end of the year, 2018, Smash Ultimate came out,
Mhm.
and I was fascinated by that game. Like I got a Nintendo Switch since the announcement that there were going to be a new Smash, and I was really hyped for months for this game to come out,
Mhm.
and I love this game. I play it like every day since it launched, almost every day. So yeah, it was really fun. I started playing as a Richter main, but well, it kind of lasted for 1 month. I always changed mains back then. So I kept playing and found more about the community in 2019 of the Smash community because I knew Twitch for the first time and knew that the tournaments were happening live there. I just saw them uploaded in YouTube, so I didn't know where it was streamed at live. But then I found Twitch and I started to watch more closely the Smash tournaments and stuff. I was still just playing like for fun, but I really wanted to get better. But when I played with friends, we were mostly free for all with a lot of random stages. And when I actually wanted to get better, would go to quick play, and that was really bad for me. That my, that made me really sad with the game for some time because the connection was really bad, and I couldn't deal with the persons there were that were there. So yeah, but I started looking for the community even closer after I got Twitch. I watched a lot of the big tournaments. I started to know the traditions of like Evo, Pound, uh, SmashCon, Genesis, and it was really nice to watch these tournaments.
Mhm.
I think it, it's a thing that I do even nowadays. Every year, I like to watch the super majors, and it was in the end of the year, I think September, that I saw my the first Brazilian Smash tournament that I saw. It
Mhm.
was Treta 2019, and it was really really nice because I saw the best players in Brazil there. There were Player Seven, Dunkles, uh, Luffy, Amp. I think Hevos was there, Danadan, and I got really inspired by them. I saw, oh, they really play Smash Bros in Brazil, and they are really really good. That's nice. So I got more interested in the community, and but I was still afraid, kind of afraid of going to tournaments because first I didn't know where the tournaments were happening still, just the majors, and because I was afraid of being bad. Uh, I
Mm.
I had this mentality of not being good enough for going to a tournament, and that kind of held me back from going to a tournament earlier. But anyways, it was in the start of 2020 that that GotCham invited me to go to a tournament in São Paulo. I
Mhm.
was really inspired, really excited to go, and was looking forward to. But I kept delaying it, the weeklies here in São Paulo. And so when I finally decided to go, I talked to my dad to go to a tournament. The COVID-19 came out, so I couldn't go there anymore, and that
Yikes.
sucked. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was disappointing. But 1 month later, I was watching the online tournaments that we're having here in Brazil,
Yeah.
and I was like, well, that seems nice. I could enter one of them. I think I'm good enough, I guess. Like I I had this goal of just going to a tournament when I could reach Elite Smash with my main. So I finally got it with Mega Man. I started playing Mega Man in early 2020, and then I went to my first tournament, and I I I went really good in my first tournament. Actually, I went 3-2. I won 3 sets, I guess, and that inspired me to, well, I think I'm good enough to go to tournaments, and so I went on to the tournaments from there on.
Awesome. Awesome introduction. So, do you still play Smash Flash 2, or that game has not been in your mind since since you
Uh,
started with the introduction?
like I love this game. I really love this game. I think it's really really underrated.
Mhm.
Really underrated. I don't know how people not talk about it anymore, but I don't play it because I don't have an actual computer nowadays.
Mm.
I'm looking for a new notebook. But yeah, if I could, I would still be playing it. Also has it's really separated from the Smash scene, but there was a big Smash Flash scene
Yeah.
with a lot of players, at least here in Brazil, and
It's
it
still
was really nice.
it's still active in South America. I know plenty of Smash of Super Smash Bros. I mean Super Smash Flash 2 competitors.
Yeah, yeah, that's nice to know. It's
Yeah,
a really good game.
it is. For a moment, when you started saying that you started playing the franchises that appeared in Smash Flash 2, it's like is is Meps gonna say that he started playing Dragon Ball Book, I think IG3 or something? Because Goku is a later character of or Flash 2, and also be like,
Yeah.
was he searching for a Bleach game as well because Ichigo is there? But nevertheless, also, uh, I'm gonna ask, where does the tag Meps comes from?
So it's not that interesting story, but basically, when I had Amino, I my tag was always non-original. I had like Meta
Mm.
from Meta Knight in Smash Amino, and I always had something in my mind that I need to have some original tag. Like, okay, Meta is cool, but I need something more, I guess. And I was in Pokemon Amino too. I started with Amino in Pokemon Amino, and
Mhm.
my tag there was Step Shine because of Sceptile Shine. So one day I was playing. I downloaded the mobile Sonic Forces game. It's a it's a nice game, and I needed to choose a tag there with 4 letters. And in my mind, that time I think it was 2019. I was like, well, this is the time that I'm going to have a creative tag, my own tag. So I kind of picked up Meta, the from Meta Knight, and mixed it with Sap Shine. Somehow it made Map S, the map, Meta, Step, Map, and the S from Shiny. Well, I don't know how I came to that conclusion, but yeah, since then I'm Maps because of that, basically.
Okay. Wait, I didn't understood which Pokemon was it. You said Subtile?
Yeah, Sceptile Shine, Sceptile Map.
But wait,
Like,
why the P then?
it was from Sep, like Meta with Sep Map, and the S was from Shine. Map S Maps. Like, yeah, it's really confusing. Even for me nowadays, I wonder how the fuck I got this in my mind. But well, I was a kid, so don't
No,
blame
fair,
me.
fair enough, fair enough.
I don't blame me.
No, fair enough, fair enough. So, why Mega Man out of all the characters in the game?
So I always had a character crisis, like since uh, since Smash 4.
Mhm.
I didn't I didn't have a main that lasted for more than 6 months, I guess.
Mm.
So and I played with Jigglypuff from 6 months in Ultimate. Like I
Mhm.
played a lot with her. I thought that she was my soul main, and so. But after some time, I got tired of her
Mhm.
and decided to play another character. And Mega Man was always a character that I really enjoyed, but he was like too hard for me. I found him too hard. I loved watching Kameme playing Mega Man,
Yeah.
and he inspired me, but no, I didn't like him. I didn't play it like Kameme, so I was like a bit frustrated with not knowing how to use pallets and not knowing how to do down throw back air because I saw a lot of Mega Man players doing it. But yeah, I like didn't play him. But in a character crisis, in one of my character crises, I I was like, well, I played so many characters already. I think I'm gonna just play one character that I really enjoy playing and that I'm going to be good with him. And I'm going to grind to be good with him.
Mhm.
And I choose Mega Man, especially because Plup is my favorite player of Smash Bros. And he played Mega Man in Smash Ultimate. He was my favorite mid player. And I saw some gameplays of him in Smash Ultimate, and I saw that he played Mega Man. I was like, oh, that's a nice character. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play him. So yeah, Plup has most of my inspiration to play Mega Man at first, at least. And so I decided to grind with Mega Man, and I grinded a lot with him. I spent a lot of time in training mode. I didn't do it back then. I was just playing to play. But Mega Man, I knew I had to do some like to invest in him to to really get good at him. So yeah, since then I played Mega Man, and he even these days I every time I go to training mode with him, I discover something new or remember something new. He
Hmm.
he's a character that is perfect for me. He has so many things, so many growing uh, development, you know. So it's really nice to play him, and I'm in love with this character.
Awesome. Um, do you agree that Mega Man is an anti-meta character?
I think it's really hard to me to discuss meta nowadays because I was really invested into the discussion of tier lists and matchups back then, but nowadays, especially after meeting Pibnut, I talked a lot with him. I had some classes with him actually,
Hmm.
2 classes, and I I saw the potential of Mega Man to beat any character in the game. I saw Pibnut talking about how he loses only to Palutena, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's crazy!" But well, I can kind of see it. So nowadays, I don't think about the meta of Mega Man too much. But if I think about it, yeah, he can be anti-meta because he has some good matchups. Like I think the best matchup he has is Rob. Zomba had like Mega Man as the worst matchup for Rob for a long time. But nowadays, I just think Mega Man wins against Rob. It's like +1, but I can see it being +2 because Mega Man's advantage stage is insane against Rob, and he can deal with most characters in top tier, like Steve. He can deal with Steve. I don't think he beats Steve, but he has the the moves
Resources.
to, yeah, the resources to beat Steve at least. And the same with Kazuya, I guess, but I think it's even. And I think he loses to like Game Watch Pikachu, but I don't know if he's a meta character anymore. So yeah, but Ming Ming, but he can deal with most characters in the game for sure. He's a
Yeah.
really good character. I believe in him.
Yeah. So, how consistent is Megan's upper? And is there a way it won't fall out of the move?
Yeah, it's a tricky move even for me, even after playing 5 years of Mega Man. But yeah, it's it's an inconsistent move
Hmm.
because you you can always like 100% of the times escape from it if if like if it isn't too upwards on the stage. You can always avoid it with air dodge, simple air dodge or directional air dodge. But the timing is the tricky thing. It's like really specific timing, and if you mess up that timing, you just die most of the time. But yeah, it's possible to escape every time from Mega Man up here.
Okay.
Some characters are more easily to do that, but yeah, it's possible. Yeah,
Okay. Question: is side smash better charged or uncharged?
Tag Smash is a really laggy move. Like the startup is really laggy.
I
So
mean, every every Mega Man smash attack is pretty laggy in general, but go on.
yeah, no, every move of Mega Man is really laggy. He is not.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, but yeah. Forward Smash, well, the fully charged Forward Smash is really good at ledge because it hits like half of the characters that are hanging in ledge. There's a list on which characters it hits, but and it's a good pressure tool at ledge. the non-charged F smash is good sometimes as a mix-up against a lot of characters that you need to play in distance. But well, yeah, it's really laggy. Both of these options are good options. I think F smash is a good move, but fully charged F smash at ledge is the most powerful version of it.
Okay. Um. So sorry for the people that are watching. I was talking to my wife while I was listening. Although I heard it completely. Don't worry, and understand perfectly that these four smashes better charged one is near the ledge.
Yeah.
Um. Although I mean, do you think that it is like the best smash attack of the three? The side smash?
No, no. Up smash
Really?
up smash is really good because it's the best, one of the best out of shoot options that Mega Man has. So it's really important tool for Mega Man because it hits both sides and it's good. Down smash is probably the worst Mega Man move, and well, F smash is really good, but I I'm a big fan of up smash. So yeah,
Alright. If you could get rid of either Metal Blade, Leaf Shield, or Crash Bomber, which one would you choose and why?
Metal Blade, Lift Shield, and Crash Bomber. Mm, I
So
think Metal.
Metal
Yeah,
Blade,
I think
really?
Metal. Yeah, Metal Blade. It's is the probably the best movie from Mega Man because it has so many unique things you can do with it, like like mm, the generate Metal Blade, the one you do just with neutral B,
Mm-hmm.
is a really amazing move because although it's kind of laggy and telegraph telegrafado, enfim. It's a good move to combo,
Mm-hmm.
especially against heavy characters. It's the best tool against the biggest characters in the game, like Bowser, King K. Rool, because not only it does 18 percentage, just the Metal Blade if you hit them.
Mm-hmm.
If they shoot, it's like really positive on shoot. So it's really easy to just do Metal Blade, and they get really stuck on shield, and I can do anything else to pressure them. But even against small characters, every character, it's a really good tool that generate Metal Blade. You can angle it like to edge guard of stage with uh, down Metal Blade. It's like insane. You can catch jumps. I really like to catch jumps with Metal Blade upwards. So it's an insane move. And you can also pick up Metal Blade and have infinity of options. Like it's insane because I can just get Metal Blade out of shield, the drop out of shield,
Mm-hmm.
which is frame five, I guess. It's frame five out of shield, and it's insanely strong because if it's at 0 percentage, I can do down air loops. I can do z drop down air, and do like z drop grab or z drop up tilt or z drop down air. Just throw the metal blade and do dash attack. I can do like a lot of strings that leads to 50 percentage or more. It's kind of hard. Down air loops are kind of hard, but well, it's an option that Mega Man has, and it's really easy on fast followers. Or I can just do a simple Z drop grab to rack up percentage, or Z drop up smash, or some characters Z drop up air. It's really really nice. And at kill percentage, not even kill percentage, like at 60%, I can do the we Mega Man's called the Yoinky Sploinky because it's a it's an awful name, but It's a really nice combo of Z drop, footstool, uh, leaf shoot. I do a leaf shoot cancel and do a Z drop up shoot. It's kind of hard to to talk about it, but uh, yeah, I do it a lot. I have a lot of clips of that,
Okay.
and it's a hard combo, but it can kills really early. You can do a lot of things with it, and also the classic Z drop up tilt, Z drop drag down back air up tilt that can kill really really early depending on the character. It's a universal combo, so works on every run, and it's really solid. But a problem with all of that is that at least here in Brazil, people are getting smarter against Mega Man, against my Mega Man, so they don't interact with my shield anymore when I'm with Metal Blade in hand. So it's really hard to get anything out of Metal Blade, and it's been kind of uh, a delay for me. So most of the time nowadays I'm playing without Metal Blade in hands. I Pibnut talked about how strong is Metal Blade, how it's important to play with it every time I can, like to pick up Metal Blade every time I can. But well, it's kind of hard with because you get really pressured with it if
Mhm.
you just pick up Metal Blade and stays with it too much time. But yeah, there's a lot of things that Metal Blade can do. Can talk about Metal Blade for hours. It's a really really good move. And
Um. So sorry for
what?
interrupting, but the question was actually if you go get rid of a move, not which one will you keep if they get rid of one of the of two of the three.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
I.
it was an amazing it was an amazing explanation of why Metal Blade is broken, but
Mhm.
so now the question is, and the original question technically is, which one will you get rid of, Leaf Shield or
Ah,
Crash Bomber,
okay.
and why?
Okay, okay. Uh, Sorry for not
It's okay.
hearing well.
It happens sometimes. Don't worry.
Okay. Uh, I think, oh, they are amazing moves, but Crash Bomber, Lift Shield is too important to Mega Man, I
Mm,
guess. Although it's a gimmick move, a really gimmick move, because it's a completely different history if you are playing against someone who knows how to deal with Lift Shield or not. Because the thing about Leaf Shield is that any move that can hit Mega Man during the Leaf Shield beats Leaf Shield. So most moves spaced can beat Leaf Shield. A
mm-hmm,
lot of moves can beat. But if even when the opponents know how to deal with Leaf Shield, it's just an insanely good option because it's fast, it covers Mega Man,
mm-hmm,
and it's a great landing option. It's a great projectile because it's almost transcendental,
mm-hmm,
almost like it can beat a lot of most of projectiles in the game, and you can do lift shield cancels. You can kind of mess up the edge guard with it. You can edge guard with lift shield, and it's really good against most characters.
yeah,
So yeah, it's a really important tool for Mega Man. And Crash Bomber is like the fastest projectile. It's really good, a really good projectile, and it's really good because you can do a lot of pressure when the opponent gets Crash Bomber. You can do it after you take the stock in the Angel platform, and it's really broken. But it's just not better than Metal Blade or Leaf Shoot. So
mm-hmm,
yeah.
makes sense. So, how much of the pendant is the use of pellets, and is it more useful for combo starters or to interrupt interactions?
So pellets are tricky for me, are really tricky for me because I really don't know how to use them really well. I'm learning how to use pellets more nowadays, but it's a it's a really important tool because you can use it for a lot of situations. Like you can do the we call lemonade combo that is F tilt in air that tend to the opponent to tech chase, and it's really good
Mm-hmm.
at 0% because if the opponent isn't careful, you can just do jab lock and do a lot of damage with like I like to punish with fair landing fair dash attack of
Mm-hmm.
a jab lock,
Yeah.
uh, and also it's kind of a good tool for zoning, but not that much because it doesn't do a lot of damage. If the
Yeah.
opponent should just shoot the pellets, it doesn't do anything directly.
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing about the pellets are for conditioning, for making an opponent to go after Mega Man and then punishing the approach.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hard because pellets are too laggy. They are really laggy. You can after you send a pellet, there's like half of a second of delay before you can do anything else. The only action you can do after pellets is jump, which is already pretty good, but it's kind of hard for me to zone with pellets and defend myself. So against rushdown opponents, it's not a good tool to use. Not a really good tool. There are better tools, but it's a really good move. You can use. I use it a lot for edge guarding.
Mm-hmm.
So because it's fast and it reaches pretty distant, like almost half the stage. I think 1/3 of the stage of of distance, and it's really good. And it breaks all the momentum. So edge guard with pellets is a common thing and a really broken option. I really like to use it.
Yeah.
And well, it's a good mix-up option. You can do pellets and then forwarder, pellet and then grab, although it's really slow, but it's an option. You have a lot of options with pellets, so it's a great tool. I'm learning more. I'm learning to use better nowadays.
Awesome. So how do you find your playstyle with Mega Man in comparison to other top Latin American representatives like Emma, Bomba, Senior E, Chaplin, Thugpak, Banant, Rockholic, Tio Doctor, Trevor, RTS, Esteban Gamer, Nene, Xavier, or Ipu?
Mhm. Well, I didn't actually watch a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like the the ones that I watched here, there was Nene. He was a big inspiration for me back then because he was the best player of Mega Man South America, and I really enjoyed watching him.
Mm-hmm.
Bomba, he is a great friend of mine. He's really nice, and we talked about a lot of matchups together. And he he is an inspiration for my Mega Man also.
Mm-hmm.
And Emma, I saw her playing sometimes, but I didn't see too much. And I think that honestly, I am the most technical Mega Man. I do most of the uh, new techs, not new, but the advanced techs of Mega Man
Mm-hmm.
compared to them.
Yeah.
So it adds a lot to my playstyle because I do like air dodge drop, which is an insanely broken option that not a lot of Megamans do it, but it's like insane option. You can just air dodge and cancel the air dodge with Z drop, and if it hits on shield, it's like uh, plus on shield, and I'm learning to do the fast fall version. You do a full hop, fast fall, air dodge drop, and it's like plus 12 on shield. Yeah, you can do like anything after it. So it's been adding a lot to my gameplay. Also, the lift shoot cancels. I know most of them do the lift shoot cancels, but I think I go to these options more often. Like a lot of the gimmick options, I use a little bit more than the other Megamans, I guess,
Hmm.
and they are more focused on neutral and stuff. Some of them use a lot of pellets. I just don't use it that much. I prefer other tools of Mega Man. But yeah, each Mega Man plays like distinctly. It's pretty nice to see a lot of different Mega Mans. Senor A is a player that I need to watch more because I know he's pretty good from Republic Domain, I guess. He
If I'm not mistaken,
is a
yeah.
I think yeah, and he seems really good. So I need to watch more Megamans. I'm only watching nowadays like Pibnut and sometimes MPG, but mainly Pibnut because he's the best Mega Man nowadays, and he plays a lot of tournaments. There's a lot of recent VODs of him, so I really like to watch him.
Yeah. Yeah, for
But
for the
yeah,
longest time, Rebel was actually my favorite Mega Man to watch, and then even out the beard, I was like, holy shit.
yeah,
uh,
the Hippo is insane.
yeah,
I
Rebel's
was
insane. Don't,
really
don't get me wrong.
inspired.
Don't get me
I think
wrong, but yeah,
yeah, I think he stopped playing. I guess I didn't see him anymore. Yeah, but yeah, still really like him. Yeah.
yeah. So, what is Mega Man's worst skin?
Sorry, what's Mega
Uh,
Man's worst?
worst skin, like worst alternative or
Ah,
costume.
well, I l- I think it's the black and yellow. The I I think so, but
Most
it
likely, yeah.
can also be the brown skin, the brown and yellow, or the black and yellow. I don't know. I don't know.
I kind of like that
One of
skin.
them.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough.
Now
So,
nowadays I play with mods, so I don't have to deal with the skins anymore. So yeah,
fair
it's
enough, fair
nice.
enough. Don't worry. So, have you, since picking up Mega Man, have you played with any other character in a tournament setting?
Yeah, when I started playing tournaments, I I had a secondary Game Watch, I guess. I don't know if it's when I started, but I used Game Watch for a long time as a secondary because I saw it as a good character that could beat a lot of Mega Man bad matchups.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays I see it as a waste of time because I played too much Game Watch where Mega Man was actually a better matchup. Like against Lucas, I played Game Watch, but nowadays I see Mega Man as really good against Lucas. So yeah, I but I played a lot of Game Watch. I played Ridley. I played Sephiroth. They they helped me to get some games against some good people. But yeah, it was never really real secondary. Like just a pocket
Yeah,
actually.
fair enough.
Yeah, nowadays it's just Mega Man and other characters for fun.
Interesting. So, do you feel happy about how the Ultimates roster ended, or will you have liked someone else added?
Well, I think there's actually way too many characters because I see it more as with an competitive view, not
Mm-hmm.
too much casually. And I don't play too many video games outside of Smash, so I don't really care that much about the characters being added. But I really would like to
Remove.
uh, the oh my god, I forgot his name. Chrono from Chrono Trigger.
Oh,
I would really love Chrono. Chrono Trigger is one of my favorite games, and I really love Chrono. So I would really like him. Also, Klonoa. I think Klonoa is really
Ooh.
nice. And also Shantae. Shantae, but I play her as a me fighter, a me brawler. So, eh, yeah,
Playing the
I
smallest
think that,
violin for Shantae.
yeah, yeah, it's worth it. I love me brawler, so it's nice to play with her. But yeah, that's it. I think those three characters are the ones that I want the most.
Klonoa is
Don't care that
actually
much.
Klonoa is actually a based choice. Like that's a choice that not many times I hear. And when people say Klonoa will be an amazing character to be in Smash, and I'm like, hell yes.
Yeah, yeah, it's from an underrated game, so yeah,
Yeah, it
it's
is.
really nice.
It's a
I
beautiful
didn't play
game.
too much. Yeah, it's nice. I play mostly the Game Boy Advance Klonoa,
Yeah,
so yeah, it was really nice for me, a puzzle game.
yeah.
But yeah, and I actually play him as a Sora skin because I had it. It isn't that good of of a skin, but it's nice. It even has his voice, so it's really nice to play him.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, how do you feel about the level of the different scenes across Brazil?
Well, I guess the southeast, like São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro, are clearly the best scenes,
Mm-hmm.
the most strong scenes.
Yeah.
But from every region here in Brazil, there are a lot of good players. So there was Nathan from Manaus. He she was insane. And there was a lot of good players in Manaus, actually, in the north of Brazil, pretty distance from São Paulo. But Wendel, Kowalski, Nathan, they were like top 15 in Brazil at
Mm-hmm.
the peak. And it was there was a time that it was really diverse. The best players were really diverse across the country. Like
Mm-hmm.
in El- in Minas Gerais, there is Samoa, there is Luquito from Rio Grande do Sul, Aleixo from Pará. He he is top three nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
and like there is an active scene there. I guess there are few players that play there, but he's still a monster. He can play really well. And most scenes in Northeast, like in Pernambuco, there's Dokebu nowadays. That is one of the best players. Danadan, Blank, they are really strong. So it's pretty strong. There are pretty strong players in every country basically.
Yeah.
But in São Paulo and Rio, there are more players with that level. There are more active players at all. So it's the strongest region there. So yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. So we've been talking a lot with Meps. Now I want to talk a little bit for with Leonardo. So tell us what you like to do besides playing Smash.
Uh, in life, you mean?
Yeah, like you're like talking about
Okay.
your other hobbies outside of Smash.
Oh, okay. So I play piano as a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm re- I'm learning nowadays. I started last year, and it's been a nice hobby of mine. I really like. Um, Video games, I don't play that much besides Smash, honestly. Yeah, but I like to play some other games, like especially Pokemon Snap. It's been a nice game to play nowadays. I really love this game. Also, Pokemon Legends Arceus. I started playing Guilty Gear Strive too. It's a really nice game.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and besides gaming, I'm learning. I'm studying psychology, so I'm
Oh.
really interested to learn more about it. I started this year, so I'm reading some books nowadays, and I'm really thrilled to get better at knowing the human mind. You know?
Yeah.
And also, yeah, those are my biggest hobbies nowadays. Smash occupies a big part in my life nowadays because I really have a motivation to get better.
Mhm.
But but yeah, it's mostly these hobbies: piano, reading, psychology.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. So here's the last section of the interview. The lightning round questions. Here's a moment where not necessarily you have to answer these questions as fast as you can, but nevertheless, it
Mhm.
wasn't a specific stage of the interview. Go throw these questions at random. So, Meps, are you ready?
Okay, I think I am.
Sure. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So, first question: what is your character demon? This means a character that you hate fighting, even if the matchup is favorable for Mega Man.
Um, I think Sora and Steve.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait. And between Sora and
Yeah.
Steve, which one will be the one you hate the most or dislike the most?
It's hard because I lost to Dokebu Steve yesterday, so I have a lot of Stevie
Bias.
hate bias. But yeah, I think honestly, I think it's Sora because he makes the game boring, even more than Steve, I guess. So yeah, Sora.
I don't know. As a Lucas main, I think Sora is not as boring. Maybe. I mean,
Yeah,
it is a really annoying floaty character, but out of all the floaty characters, it's not the most boring of them all. I think Jigglypuff is more boring than more boring to fight than Sora.
I don't know. Sora has so much resources to stall, to be like for eternity at off stage. So I really get pissed when playing against him.
Fair enough. Fair
But
enough.
yeah, honestly, I think it's Steve. Steve is so much broken. It's another league.
Will you be in favor for Steve Ben in Brazil or?
Yeah, it's kind of tricky for me.
Mm-hmm.
Still tricky because I think most people that complain about Steve really don't do the effort to to learn the counterplay to
Mm-hmm.
him. There
Yeah.
is a lot of counterplay, but he's really a really busted character. Like he has so many good options, great options, and it's insane. He's an insane character, and I really understand as Stevie Ben. But to me, honestly, I don't think I won it because it's been a bad thing to ban Steve just in some places and others don't. Like it didn't work out in United States. I think they don't even ban him anymore in most places because you don't get the experience with Steve in tournaments. And when you go to another place that Steve is unbanned, it really fucks up your bracket. So I I think it's the game is like dying, so we need to deal with him, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, in the states, I think there's only one state that has Steve banned, like like entirely. Like I think that state
Mhm,
is North Carolina, and then in the American continent as a whole, I think there's a few scenes in the states and in Mexico that has the character like somewhat banned. Like
mhm,
that
mhm,
like they ban the character depending on the region of the state and things like that. But it's not fully banned. I think the only two regions that has the character ban are like totally are North Carolina in the states and Buenos Aires in Argentina. Those are the
mhm.
two ones that has the character ban, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. In Rio Grande do Sul, actually, Steve is banned also.
Really,
So yeah,
three
it's
then.
nice, but there isn't
It's
any
nice.
Steve there. It's nice, but well, it's
All right.
yeah.
So, what is your favorite video game of all time? If it is not Smash.
Well, video game of all
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
outside of Smash, it's I guess I love the Kirby franchise, so it would be probably between Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. I love this game, and I really love Pokemon too. So I think it would be Kirby and the Amazing Mirror. Actually, I really love this game.
Do you think that Kirby works better as a side-scroller game, like it has been for the past 30 years, or Kirby and the Forgotten Land is is a great start of an interesting journey for the Kirby games?
Well, I didn't play too much of the Forgotten Land.
Hmm.
I need to play more. Uh,
Yeah.
but it seemed so amazing. It seemed really beautiful and good game from the gameplay that I saw. I
Hmm.
think it's really great. But also, Kirby Planet Robobot is so peak that I think it's like the best game, the best Kirby game nowadays. Honestly,
Yeah. Fair enough.
but yeah,
uh, so question, ¿sabes hablar en español?
uh, no mucho, I guess.
At,
uh,
at least you're responding in Spanish, so I'm happy with that.
uh, Sei
Uh,
un poquito,
okay,
solo un poquito.
great. Great. It's better than nothing. No, 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 don't worry. So who's your favorite Pokemon?
Nowadays it's Mew. Mew. I love Mew. Yeah, but
Interesting choice.
also Cradulite. I don't know if you know Cradulite. It's
For
from
which generation?
from the third generation. It's a fossil Pokemon, Cradulite. It's from the Lileep. There's Lileep, and the evolution is Cradulite. It's a like a plant, a fossil plant, and I started to love him because no one likes him. No one knows about his existence. So I started to feel attached to him, and
Mm-hmm.
he's one of my favorite Pokemon. But I love Mew because he's cute. Yeah.
All right. Let me check. Wait. Um. Let me check. What? Let me check for a little bit. So. Oh, Crowdlie. Oh.
Yeah.
Honestly,
No one.
I prefer Lilip for me, like between them
Yeah.
two, but fair enough. Not gonna lie, it's not a bad Pokemon. Not gonna. It's not bottom five fossil Pokemon at all.
Yeah.
Like I can think of
Yeah.
five or even 10 fossil Pokemon that are worst, but
Yeah.
it is an
I like
interesting
it then.
choice. It's an interesting
Yeah.
choice for the best fossil Pokemon. Ain't gonna lie, with
Yeah.
like Kabutops and Omastar and Lileep and Bastiodon, Caracosa, mm,
Mhm.
Dragovish and Ectovish and Archeops on the mix. But hey, it's not it's pretty it's a pretty nice choice. Ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. I like most of the fossil Pokemon actually, but yeah, Cradula is nice. I love him.
Fair enough. So, do you listen to music while competing?
I nowadays no. I like to hear the game song, the game sounds,
Okay.
but I feel like I get really distracted by music, even OSTs and music, video game music. So I prefer to play with the game sound.
But wouldn't you get distracted by the music of the game as well?
Um, Actually, no, no. I like to hear the character sounds. It makes me more active, engaged with the game.
Fair enough.
So
Fair enough.
yeah, yeah.
So, last question of the interview: who would like to nominate so Hishide could come for a future interview?
Mm, I think someone from Brazil. I would like. It would be. I need to think for a moment. Wait.
Yeah, don't worry.
I think the H Hunter, the Aga
Mm,
Hunter, is a great choice because he's a really really nice person and has a lot to talk about.
awesome. So here's where the interview is coming to an end. Thank you so much to Meps. If the public wants to look up your social media, where they could find you.
Uh, thanks so much for inviting me
Oh,
to the interview.
if the public wants to look up your social media, where they could
Oh,
find
okay.
you.
Sorry,
Yeah, sorry.
sorry. It's I. You can find me on Twitter, Meps to 219, and also I'm open on Discord. Like it's Meps underline. Yeah, Meps underline. So yeah, I'm always open there, and yeah, that's it. I'm only active in these two social medias. So yeah,
Awesome. So for the people that will be watching, don't forget to follow me on Twitch or to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you cannot miss the chance of watching any other interview or any content that we make in the future. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in another interview in the future. The game